Anyway, this chart shows the same thing I was showing you last time. 200,000. You have the people over here, which are the real people God is talking about in the Bible, the descendants of Adam. Anyway, well, everyone is, but these are the main ones who look like him, and I'll explain why. So these people migrate over here, 100,000. They go past India by 70,000 years ago. And over here in Europe is only 40,000 years ago. Even down motherfucking here in Australia, where you have the Aborigines, it was 50,000 years ago. Now, notice it's 15,000 years ago by the time you get to Alaska. And I go on. And this map shows you, remember, keep in mind that on top you have Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, Libya, Egypt, right? And then below it you got Somalia and Sudan and Ethiopia in the East African region, right? And over here in the Central African region, you got Chad, the Central African Republic, Niger, Nigeria, and the people were passing through Sudan to get there. So, this is why it works out like this. This is what proves my point. The Igbos aren't just one tribe. There are many tribes, a nation of people that mix together, and they share the common language and custom and women as well. Now, we start over here in Egypt. Upper and lower Egypt. But for the sake of this video, to keep it simple, because they're reversed in history, we're going to say the top part of Egypt and the bottom part of Egypt and Nubia. The bottom part of Egypt and Nubia, these people were more black. And they migrated, and this is where the knowledge really comes from, where Menzies comes from, etc., etc. They migrated down this way, followed it over here from the Nile. You have the White Nile and the Blue Nile, right? And they followed that over here to Ubangi. They started going this way, and some of them went this way, okay? And they ended up in this Central African and West African countries, okay? Like I said in my original video. Then the Bantu people and the language group, who were already mixing with many people, went down this way and mixed with all these people and shared similar trade routes and paths that the Jews did. And when they talk in the Bible, they talk about the path. The paths were through Africa, to and from. Thank you very much. When Jacob changed his name to Israel, he was out of Africa. When the people did their ministries, they did it in Central Asia and Europe because they knew that Africans already knew. And this was not only the source of the creation, but of the knowledge. Anyway, and central to their religion was rivers, like the Niger River. Of course, you have Lagos and Kano and Benue and etc., etc. over here. So, and on to Sierra Leone and etc., etc. So, the Lemba tribe went down this way, like I said. The Ethiopian Jews are over here. They proved their DNA as well, on and on. So you now understand what the relevance of the R1B migration this way is, the relevance of the migration of the Lemba tribe, the relevance of the Ethiopian Jews, and the relevance of the greater Jewish concentration of people being in Africa. Where did Joseph bring his family to? After they had tricked him and thrown him in a well, where did they bring him? Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Joseph, the Ishmaelites, the caravan that his brothers betrayed him to and sold him to the Ishmaelites to be brought to Egypt, where he rose up the ranks from a prisoner to viceroy and pharaoh. You could consider. He rose the ranks through interpretation of dreams, signs, and symbols. Whew. While the ancestors of the Arabs were over here on the Arabian Peninsula and in Saudi Arabia, mostly in the parts of the Bible that were irrelevant to the bloodline of the Jews or the ancient Egyptians. That's why they rode camels into Egypt and not walked into Egypt, because before they rode camels, they were separated from the ancient Egyptians, who said this is Kemet, the black land. Anybody who's been in any kind of racist situation knows that, hey, that's the blacks' table. That's the blacks' clothes. That's the blacks' food. This is the black lineup in prison. That's the black gang. Okay? It can refer to the territory controlled by the people. Thank you.